What's up, everybody? I'm Matt Eckelkamp. Shut up, Owen. This is out of Podket, first episode. I got Jansen. I already said Owen's name. He was already yapping. So there's Owen, Jansen. The podcast, we're going to talk about sports and literally anything else. We're just kind of testing the waters here.
Local and professional sports, just about anything, really.
Yeah. So
you got Zayden behind the computer, too.
Yeah,
Our fourth member.
He's just there. He's
kind of just there. He already kind of
hanging
corrected me
out.
earlier. We already tried to take one take at this, and he was already tweaking out about the camera angle. So
Yep.
already yapping around.
Yep.
So we're going to talk about the Cardinals, I guess. Right now it's a very hot topic.
Yeah, baseball season getting to the end here.
Yep. And, I mean, I've had hope with them. I've
But
stuck
it's-
there.
Hey, they've had some good times.
You know, and
It's been rough.
I had this app on my phone where it would just have the score of the game. I was sat there and looked at it all the time and give me I had to turn it off. I had to turn that off because
I have the same thing.
it
I
would
know
give me
you're talking about,
notifications
yeah.
we're losing, and it just gives me a headache watching them. I mean, I wish the best for him. I hope that they Arenado right now.
He's
I
getting
think
hot.
he's doing great. But like with Paul Goldschmidt, it's that's a really bad thing.
What do you think about Jordan Walker?
I think that they need to.
I
They
think
just
they
gotta
need
give
to
him
just give him
time.
time,
Give him
yeah.
time. I mean, he's
You need
young.
to give him a shot.
They have. They gave him. He got called back up last month sometime.
I know, but
He
it
got
was
sent right back down.
exactly.
I think he's kind of probably like me a little bit. He's just always in his head,
Yeah.
you know.
I
and
mean, it's
it
hard
gets
not
him.
to be, really.
And then it's honestly even with Marmol, with his decisions that he makes.
That's
with
the
who he's
first thing they need to
pitching
do.
and
Yeah, their front office needs
Clean
to be-
house.
I don't. It's annoying.
It
it's
really
really
is.
annoying. I don't know, but
They're
yeah.
just-
And then let's see. We got the Mizzou game. It's tonight actually. When we recording it on
Yep.
Thursday. So
Are they playing tonight?
yeah,
Yeah, they play
it's Murray State.
Yep.
Murray
It's
State.
at
I saw
Farrell
they got
Field, ain't it?
sold out.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're having all kinds of stuff happening there, and
They should have an exciting year this year, hopefully.
Hope so.
Maybe make up for the Cardinals.
I'm kind of afraid that they're going to go into the season thinking that they're they're good. We know they're good, but
Yeah.
they're going to have that in their head that they're good
Wait,
instead of being underdogs.
I got something to say. I saw this last night on PBR. You know what that is, like baseball ranking stuff.
I'm not going to lie. I do not know.
Okay,
I
well,
play
it's like
baseball, so.
they have it all for like every different state. And I was looking at Missouri's, and they have Drake Gower rated as the number 9 person in the entire state.
What?
Swear,
He is good.
he's good. I'll give him that. He's good.
Definitely good. I'd like a district game.
Apparently, he has a little brother that's just as good.
Yeah, isn't he like a sophomore this year or
Eighth
junior this
grader,
year?
or he'll be
8th grader.
Adam said he was throwing 80 in 8th grade.
That's wild.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
stuff.
I can
right
do
there.
that too.
That's like Matt.
You can?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, yeah, you know me. 65. 65
Yeah.
gas, yeah.
Now back to Mizzou football. They're ranked like number 10, aren't they?
Something like that, yeah.
They're
Something
ranked
like
pretty
that.
high in the. I think it's the highest. I forget how long it's been since they were ranked that high. It's been a while,
Yeah.
but
I can't take Zayden seriously by the camera, dude. He's just analyzing what we're saying right now. You guys can't see him, but he's just,
I
having
know.
the time of his life back there.
Hopefully
I don't think he is.
No, he's definitely not.
Hopefully they can make a run this year. Maybe make a playoff berth. Be nice. They should have made it last year if we would have had the 12-team year.
Oh,
earlier.
yeah, the
Yeah.
expansion thing. I was kind of lost by
I
what
think
you had
that's
to
really
talk about.
good. I think that it's a good thing that they added more teams to the playoffs.
I think they should have done it anyways. Even with my favorite thing is how March Madness is with how many teams are in it.
yeah, it just makes
That's
it a lot
awesome, yeah.
like really
It
exciting.
makes where the smaller schools, smaller programs
They
can
still have a chance.
yeah, they still have a chance at going far.
There's,
and playing
there's
with
always
bigger
that one
schools.
team that like nobody expected that always goes
Yeah,
really far. Who was it last year?
NC State.
Yep. See, I knew
Yeah.
Jansen would know. He's a big basketball guy. I don't watch basketball.
I don't watch. the
I can only watch college.
I watch March Madness. That's about it. So I generally know a lot about March Madness, but
Mhm.
any other kind of basketball, I don't watch it at all.
Yeah.
I'm not into the NBA.
Me either. I mean,
Just haven't been.
no.
I
Um,
could.
yeah.
I've. Yeah.
I guess the only I would probably this is probably a hot take right now, but I'd probably rather watch the WNBA only
No.
Caitlin Clark
No.
instead of watching the NBA. I
That's
swear I would.
That's definitely a hot.
That's a hot take. I would watch the
Definitely a hot
Indiana
take.
Fever. As I know that's their team. I would watch a game of that rather than watch the NBA.
I've been to 2 WNBA games in my entire life.
That's 2 more than I've been to.
Yeah, but that's before the Caitlin Clark effect, dude.
I went to one over the summer, but she wasn't
Oh.
there.
Yeah, it's before the Caitlin Clark effect.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I think women, which maybe that'll change now that it seems like a lot of the more exciting women's basketball players have made the transition to the WNBA. But last year, the WNBA was nowhere near as entertaining as women's college basketball was.
No.
I feel like some college sports are more entertaining because they have something to prove. You know what I mean? Rather than if they're in the NFL
They
already,
already got
they're
the
like,
money.
yeah, exactly. They're like,
Well, NIL, I think, has changed that some, though. There are some.
yeah.
I mean, there's guys in the college making more than NFL players do.
That's true. Yeah.
NBA, whatever sport it
Yeah,
is.
the NIL stuff makes me actually want to play college baseball now, you know?
Unfortunately, none of us are good enough to
Yeah, I
get
agree. I completely agree
the
with
money.
that. Could be an ECC Falcon, you know?
Yeah. There was a
I don't-
couple guys a couple years ago that went there.
Yeah, it's probably where I'm going to
Baseball.
school anyways, but that's completely off topic.
I don't think you're getting any NIL out of.
no,
Central
no, I
Community
mean, I
College.
I don't think it's going to happen, but, you know, got some dreams there.
Definitely a dream.
I saw one of the kids from Union, one of the really good kids. He committed to, I don't remember what school it was. It was a school I've never heard of. It was some really small school. I don't know. I can look.
Hey, don't worry, Owen. You can pull your phone out. It's
Don't
okay.
worry. I already did. So.
No, I don't. The only thing that kind of worries me about Mizzou football, though, is they don't seem like they have a lot for the future.
I mean, I think that if they do good this year, I think that the recruiting will get better. I think it'll be easier for Mizzou to recruit because
Well, their recruiting has been really good recently since they got.
it's getting better because people are looking at them and
Yeah.
seeing like, hey, Mizzou's for real.
Well, I can't ever remember what his name is, but whatever their new coach's name is, he seems like he's bringing in a lot of good recruits.
Yeah.
But he hasn't been there very long, so it's going to take time it's going to take a couple more years after this year, I think, where they're going to go back down a little bit
Yeah, it's like
until his.
unless you're Alabama or something.
Yeah.
Was this his third year or something like that?
Drinkwitz is I think it
Yeah.
might even be his fourth year.
But once his recruits, the guys he's recruited, because he's got some good, like his class this past year was really, really solid.
Mhm.
And I think once them guys start making it up to being upperclassmen, they might have a good team again. But I feel like after this year, the receiver room, of course, Brady Cook, a lot of their
Brady Cook.
main guys, and a couple guys on defense too, that are going to be gone. That might hurt them They might go back to being mid Mizzou football for
I
a
hope
year
not.
or two.
I really hope not.
A casual 5-7 football team every year.
Yeah.
It's the Mizzou way. I just think that, like a bunch of people are saying with the Alabama game, that's going to be in Tuscaloosa. I think that's where.
Yeah, it's in
Um,
Tuscaloosa.
I just don't know. I have faith that they'll win that game. That's going to be the game that really decides us if we're going to really get into the playoffs because we have an easier schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all going to determine. The Alabama game is crucial. That's the game.
And playing them at their stadium
Playing 'em
is
in Alabama, they're going to
mean,
be singing
their atmosphere is
Dixieland Delight.
Yeah.
And I hope they can pull it off. I think I'm going to predict one of the mid-Missouri flops. I think it's going to be really, really close.
Kind of like
It's
the
gonna come down to
Georgia
the
game
end.
last year
Like the Georgia game where Brady Cook basically just passed it
to the
to
lineman.
the lineman.
Yeah.
I hope not. I hope I'm wrong, but I think that they're going to drop the Alabama game. And that's going to be we're just going to be right there. But
What's
just
the
left
score
out.
prediction for tonight?
Tonight, I think that
I think Mizzou wins by a good bit.
Like 63-7.
it's the first game of
I
the
did
year.
not
though.
think. I don't think they win.
That's
by,
what it should be.
That's what it should
With
be.
it
Will
being
it
the
be?
first game of the year, I think it'll be like I'll say they'll win by 10 points.
I think
they'll
it'll
win
be
by 10
like
points.
33-14 or something like that.
I'd agree if it wasn't Murray State, but I honestly, they've been good a few years in basketball. I don't think I've ever seen Murray State football ever in my life.
No,
I don't think so.
either,
I don't
but
think I have either. But
This year, their whole season is going to come down. I can't remember all of them off the top of my head, but you got at Alabama. They play at Kyle Field against A&M. And they have a fairly easy schedule overall, but there's, maybe 4 games that if they could pull off, 10-2,
Yeah.
they could maybe squeak into that
Yeah.
playoffs, which that would be exciting, having a first-round playoff game at Farrell Field.
Dude, I would be like really what got me into Mizzou football again because, last couple of years, we're not going to talk about that. But that Kansas State game with the thicker kicker
The longest field goal.
kicking
yeah.
that freaking field goal, and that
That
was
was
that was
crazy.
awesome. They charged the field. That's what got me into it again, and I just hope that everything goes well with them this year. I think, like I said, the Alabama game will be crucial. Hope I'm wrong.
I think that kicker, he's on the Panthers now or something like that. He didn't get drafted, but he got
signed with somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Also, let's talk about Mizzou. I know Cody Schrader. I don't think did he make a roster spot for the 49ers or did he not?
I don't know.
I know he got drafted into the was it the
Yeah,
USFL?
that's for some reason I'm a geek with the Battlehawks. That might be just me.
It was
but
Was it the Battlehawks that
Yeah,
drafted him?
I guess they can get the rights of him somehow.
That's if you
they
draft
do-
him and they're on an NFL team. If the 49ers don't give him a roster spot, then the
Then-
Battlehawks have the right to sign him.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Which, I mean, what other? Well, I guess like he could play in like the CFL. I know that's a thing, like the Canadian crap.
Football league, yeah. But I think they have some weird rules.
They have different rules, but it's like a big thing up there. They really do
Mhm.
have a lot of people day in and day out.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a like big spring football geek, so
Well, I think Canadian football they still play with like the goalpost in the front of the end zone or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's all. Yeah,
There's a
it's
few weird things about it, but
I mean, even with like that, like the Battlehawks UFL and whatnot, I don't understand their decisions that they make with that league. I don't
Yeah.
understand it. They just make some stupid decisions.
You think an NFL team's ever going to come back to St. Louis? I think there's a possibility with all the hype that the Battlehawks have gotten the last 2 years.
I don't think the NFL really gives two craps about St. Louis.
I don't think it's coming anytime
I don't-
soon.
I don't think so either, but I think it could happen eventually.
like in. Yeah, do I want an NFL team? Yeah, it'd be cool, but I almost don't want it either because I feel like it's just like if you've seen it with the Cardinals back in the day, you've seen it with the Rams. It's like, oh, let's go to St. Louis and then it's like
Disappear,
for like
yeah.
10 years and just hop on out somewhere else.
Yeah.
St. Louis just isn't a big enough. It's not quite a. It is big enough, but it's not a big enough market to want to move your team
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
I know.
Like all the teams that have relocated, within the past 10, 15 years, it's been to Vegas and to LA.
Big cities, like really big cities.
been to
Yeah.
huge markets.
It's just where
Yeah.
the NFL owners can make the most money.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
all it is.
that's what it's all about.
All
Yeah.
about. And that sucks. As St. Louis fans, we gotta like.
Yep.
Well, it's
you know.
also too because the Cardinals have been having talks about with their new stadium too. All that a big part of it is as much tax money they can get for, building stadiums and
Yep.
stuff like. Because I know the Cardinals have been in the talks of getting a new stadium, and the big debate is whether or not St. Louis is willing to spend millions of dollars to.
I don't understand, like, because I also seen a thing where they're gonna put. I don't remember the exact number, but it was almost like I think it was $600 million in renovations of Busch Stadium that they were trying to get,
That's crazy.
and it's like, what are they gonna renovate at Busch Stadium? Like, unless like you can build all kinds of stuff with $600 million, they don't
Yeah.
need that at Busch Stadium. Busch Stadium's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. It's just again.
I
Owner-
personally
ownership
really
stuff.
like Busch Stadium. I've been
I
to
do
a
too.
couple other ballparks. I've been to the Royals and the Cubs and the Twins, and I think Busch Stadium is probably one of the better ones. The Cubs was just like historic.
I would love to be at Wrigley just to go and see it.
Yeah, it was
Like,
pretty cool.
The Cubs is just
It's like I don't know. It's just like
it's neat, but
Yeah.
it's still it's so outdated. It's
yeah.
you can't. Kaufman is nice though. The
Yeah.
Royals.
In my opinion,
I thought that was a really
those
nice
the older stadiums to me, I like more because like you see with the NFL, they're building all these like SoFi
SoFi, yeah.
Stadium and Allegiant Stadium. I think it's what's called in
Yeah.
Vegas. They're just these big. I like the old modern stadiums.
Yeah,
Like,
or like the one in Minneapolis, the Viking Stadium. Have you seen
yeah,
that one?
yeah, that one's. Yeah.
That's the one they had to build a new one because like the roof caved in.
Like six
Yeah,
times, yeah.
yeah.
Couldn't
I
handle all
don't
the
know if
snow.
I like that
Oh.
trend though of the. I mean, yeah, they're nice. They can do all kinds of stuff in them, multi-purpose stuff. But I just like them older styled, like Fenway or even like the. I would like to even go to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I think Fenway would be really cool to go to.
I
the
think
Green Monster.
Stuff.
I think Pittsburgh's probably one of the nicer. I think PNC is a good looking
Yeah.
ballpark. It's that one, and then Oracle and San Fran. Something about having the water out in right
Yeah, that's
field
pretty cool.
is nice.
You guys ever remember the home run statue in the Tampa Bay's old field?
No, no.
It's like this
no.
big thing. It was like a big like sculpture. I don't know how to explain it, but I don't know. They got rid of it for some reason.
Talk about the one in Miami,
Was it Miami?
the big old like statue.
Yeah, it
thing
was
that held-
it was
yeah, that's in
Miami.
that was in Miami.
Oh, the like one
Yeah.
with the
It had all the
weird
fish and stuff on it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I honestly, I don't even. Miami's like with baseball to me is like well, they don't care. They don't care. They don't care.
More interest baseball. Talk about playoffs. I think it was yesterday, wasn't it? The White Sox shockingly got booted out of the playoffs.
Well, I don't think us in St. Louis. I think we forgot what the playoffs are like because we like
Yeah.
to be mediocre.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's harsh.
we're seeing new attendance lows. Like the past 3 days have been the three lowest.
It's not. I wish like yeah, we still need to show to the games to the players. I feel bad for the players, but it's almost like we're sending like a message to the ownership that's like,
Well, yeah.
listen,
If they don't want to spend the money, we're not gonna.
they can't.
spend
Yeah,
our
they
money.
can't keep telling us like, hey, we're gonna go out and get a top 3 pitcher, and then they get like
Eric Fetty.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, Eric Fetty. I mean, yeah, and when Palante has been honestly probably one of our most consistent recently.
He played pretty good last night.
Yeah, he was. He's a big ground ball.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pray that it doesn't get through the infield guy, and that's what hurt him in the first inning. It was
Yeah.
4 or 5 weak ground balls, and
Just snuck through.
yeah, but when they're not getting through, he's probably the best pitcher they got right now.
Very consistent. He like, yeah. I don't know what I was gonna say.
Great, like Sonny Gray at the beginning of the year was
Great. Yep.
really great,
Yep.
and then recently it seems like every time I see he's on the mound, it's 6 earned through 5 or something like
Yeah.
It's
that.
the life of a pitcher.
Yep.
But
The Dutchman,
Mm-hmm.
Owensville Dutchman, play tomorrow night.
that's gonna be an interesting one.
Central
It's
Park
gonna be
Hills.
something. Playing the defending state champions, first game of the season.
Yeah, and they're playing the Owensville Dutchman.
Hey, they did lose a lot of seniors. They had a lot of seniors graduate last year.
I think
They still have a all-state middle linebacker that turned into a
How
quarterback.
do you feel about the Dutchman football team this year, Jansen?
It's gonna be a very interesting season. I think it could go one of two ways. It could either come out start good. Tomorrow is gonna be a rough game, but if they can get past that one, they have a lot of very winnable games. Because I think our conference in every sport, which in football, you play 6 conference games out of your whole 9-game season.
Mhm.
So if you play good in conference, that's your season right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that the Four Rivers Conference right now in all sports is fairly weak.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if we can get, whether we win or lose tomorrow night, and then next Thursday when they have to go to Borgia, which would be another rough one,
Yeah.
those 2 games, I mean, it'd be great if we could win one or both of them, but it's going to be rough, just simply put.
Yeah.
But if they can get past those 2 games, then they got Eldon, and then there's 6 conference games, which that is 7 games where I don't know if they're necessarily favored in any of them, but I don't think there's one of those 7 teams that they have no chance
Yeah.
against. That's 7 games and they won't win all 7 of them because that's any sport.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to win 7 straight unless
Unless you're pretty good.
yeah, you got to be really good. But I think that conference is what it's going to come down to. And then, of course, once you get to districts, like you saw with our baseball team's districts last year, anything can happen.
Anything
Yep.
can happen. Yep.
Whole new
It's-
thing, pretty much.
That's like the Owensville thing. Is like have
Get
a
past the second round.
all right season, and then districts are like, oh my god, all of a sudden I don't know. It just seems like that's how Owensville is.
I think I'm excited for Owensville sports this year, not just because it's our senior year, but I think we have a chance in a few different sports to, maybe have a season that
Yeah.
Owensville hasn't seen. And because, let's be real, Owensville's a pretty mediocre
Yep.
sports
rough,
sports
but
town,
Yeah, I mean,
or at least has been for the past 10 years.
Yep.
It'll
Except
have-
last
yeah.
year with our girls basketball.
Well, we always have one. We always
Yeah.
have one team. It seems
One
like,
every few
that's
years, just
promising.
really good. Yep.
Well, yeah, like our football team. What was it back in 2016? I think won districts,
Something like
Yeah.
and
that.
then we won it again in 2021.
Yep.
Our 2022 senior
Something like that.
class, where we were solid, and then all the years in between that, I don't even know if we had a winning record.
Yeah. That's
So-
kind of how the basketball girls were too. They went to state in 2016. They had some decent seasons between then and went back to state, but really nothing like crazy good.
We're definitely a school of having a really good class or two that brings in, like back to football. It was that senior class, when we were in
Mhm.
5th grade, I think. So around 2016, somewhere in there.
Something like that. Yeah.
I think it was 2018, maybe. The team was all seniors, and they were a really good football team. And then the 2022 class, they won state twice in middle school.
Mhm.
Their middle school team did. So that was, once again, it was 20 or so seniors that made up well over half the team. I mean, the whole team was.
Yeah, kind of like that baseball team our 8th grade year. They had a lot of really good players, but they're all seniors. And when they all graduated, like we were decent, but we weren't as good as we were whenever they were on the team.
And then we went back and won districts.
Yep.
Yep, sir.
I don't know, Jansen. I think this is our year for baseball. I mean,
I think baseball is gonna be. I think it's gonna be a fun year.
it's gonna be a fun year. Yeah, I think that this year for baseball is our.
We're returning a lot of people. I feel like, and
We're a team,
it's gonna be the same as last year, except this time we can't blow it.
Exactly.
We're gonna be right back where we were last year. It's gonna be probably gonna be in a district championship game against Sullivan, most likely.
More than likely, yep.
And or maybe we won't play them in the district championship. Maybe the seeds will line up and we'll play them in the second round. But
Yep.
that's gonna be our
Yep.
championship, is if we can take them down. Which
It doesn't sound like Owens was gonna get away from the Gowers.
Nope, not yet.
Got a freaking 80
Not for
mile
a
per hour
few-
fastball in 8th grade.
Yeah,
So
that's crazy.
Sullivan's gonna be. They got
Is
good pitching. So
Is Drake Gower in the same grade as us?
yeah, he's a senior this
That's what I
year.
thought.
it's really good.
What's that really good kid from Pacific? Collier?
Coyer, yeah, he's in our grade too.
He's good.
He's committed. Where's he committed to?
Uh,
He's somewhere like local in
yeah.
the state somewhere.
Oh, is it Missouri State?
It might.
Springfield?
I think so. Yeah.
I think so too.
Well, they're D1, aren't they?
Yeah, they just went D1 last year.
Yeah. So he's one
And
heck
then
of a ball player too.
Gower is committed to
Texas
Texas
Tech.
Tech, and then Jack Noby is committed to Xavier. He graduated last
He
year. right?
graduated. Yeah.
He was good. He was
Borgia.
really good.
Yeah. He was. There's a lot of them guys that are, because I'm pretty sure, because Gower's committed as a pitcher, Noby's committed. I'm assuming Coyer's probably committed to pitch, right?
Probably.
Because he's a way better hitter than all three of us.
Oh yeah,
and
definitely.
Zayden included. But I don't know that he's a D1 hitter, but probably is a D1 pitcher. As somebody who-
Probably, yeah.
even though I say that, was it you? He hit the one over the.
Oh no.
hit a home run over
Oh man, that was.
the concession
Yeah,
stand.
that was
off Owen.
just not our day.
No, you have days like that. I'll never. Owen, you were just like.
Well, there's another kid.
Dude, Kim set me up for failure on
Yeah,
that
that's
one.
what it is, man.
There's two
Yeah.
kids on Pacific. I don't know if they're brothers, cousins, or what. I forget what their last name is. But they both. One of them hit. I think he hit 2 against us. The sophomore one did. He was the conference player of the year, I think, as a sophomore or
That's
something.
crazy.
But Pacific's got a couple of really, really solid ball players.
Yeah, I feel like
and-
they always do though. Like,
Yeah.
there's always just a few kids from Pacific that are just crazy at whatever sport they do.
But yeah. For some reason, I don't know what it was last year. Their basketball team was. I expected their basketball team to be very, very solid, and we came out and beat them by 30.
I don't think their football team's that good, is it? Are they?
I'm not
I could be
sure.
wrong. I don't know.
Start the computer, man.
Yeah, Zay.
Yeah, Zane, what do you think
They
about
did-
Pacific's
what do you think,
football
Zane?
team?
Team
Why don't
good?
you chime in?
I think it'll be great because I
He said, "Yeah, Be pretty great.
Hey, shut up.
Are they better than us?
Kind of. Not really. I'm confident in our team that we'll do better.
Well, like I said earlier, I feel like all 6 of our conference games
They're definitely winnable.
are winnable.
Yeah.
I don't know whether we might go. I don't think we're going undefeated, but I mean we could go anywhere from 7-2, 6-3, possibly if we had a really good year, to
1-7.
0-9. I
Yeah.
mean you never know. It's because I went to the Jamboree at Herman, and even though they played solid against the teams, no offense, but they played some pretty bad teams.
Yeah.
So when you're competing against South Callaway and Lynn, who are, I would say, significantly worse than all
Central Park
9.
Hills.
Well, then all 9 teams on our schedule.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to compare how they're going to be if they're playing.
Yeah, you never know. And from what I've heard, it sounds like they've made a lot of changes just since last Friday from
Yeah.
talking to other people.
I think the Central Park Hills game will be a really good testament to how the season's going to be.
Yeah.
They had a couple of really good games last year, like our team did. Like Eldon and Union, those 2 games were really good.
I think it'll be an interesting test, regardless of if they win or lose. But if they can, I mean, even though everyone claims they lost a bunch of people, a state championship team, the kids on their kickoff and kickoff return are good football players.
Yeah. And they still have that all-state middle linebacker that's a quarterback now.
Well, I don't think they graduated. I could be wrong, but I doubt they graduated 30 kids. And
Probably
you don't win a state champ. You can maybe squeak out districts, but you don't win a state championship unless you got 30 good football players on your.
Yeah.
So I think even if they graduated, most of they're still going to be solid.
Zayden, do you know how many people that graduated last year from their football team or not?
No,
No.
I don't.
Man of many words.
Logan Bailey would know.
Yeah, probably so. I'm sure he's probably got a full scouting report on him.
Oh, I
Benton wrote it up, I guarantee.
Yeah, Benton. Remember that? Those papers you could have for us?
Yeah, they were kind of helpful sometimes.
They were helpful. Yeah.
I generally, when we got those papers, I spent more time looking at our stats than I did theirs.
Yeah, I was curious.
Seeing how many seeing who had way too many strikeouts so I could make fun of them.
I only had 1 at bat last year, and I think I swung on the first pitch and popped it right up to the pitcher or the catcher. I don't
Who
remember.
was it against?
Either Lynn or Vienna. It was that doubleheader that we had.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Every time I make contact with the ball, I just look up to God and I say thank you. You know.
I honestly, I fell off last year. I was when we went to St. Joseph. I think I was batting like 520.
Yeah.
I think I finished the year batting like 340. It was, I went through a rough patch at the end of the year where even if I hit the ball good, it seemed like it was right to somebody.
Yeah, I feel like there's always those though. You know what I mean? Every year you're
Yeah.
gonna have that.
It is what it is. I was very happy. Obviously, the way it ended sucked, but I was very, very happy with how I think our baseball season was.
I do too. It ended great.
It was a great time.
Especially up at that wood bat tournament. That's when we started playing really
We did.
good.
Once we
That game on Friday
Against
night,
Savannah, yeah.
that was probably like we played at Busch Stadium, which was cool. I've done that. We've done that twice now. Us 4 have. I do not think I will ever do anything maybe even that would top. That was just, I don't know what it was about that game. It was
was
just
awesome.
really cool, fun. It was, because it was,
It's like we almost went in there not expecting to win because they were state ranked. And we went in there and had it tied till I don't know how many extra innings we went.
well, yeah, I think it was just the 8th, but it was under the lights at a minor league baseball field, which, even though it really wasn't anything that special, the grandstands in the back, it just, something about the environment and the vibe of that stadium was awesome. And then to get to play a back and forth game with a team that probably most people would have looked at it and said we wouldn't have had a chance.
Oh no.
Not only that, but hitting with wood bats, which I never would have dreamed. I had a couple hits that game. I never would have even dreamed I could have made contact with a
Yeah,
wood
I got to
bat.
hold the wood bat in the
dugout.
dugout.
Yeah, me too. I had to hold the TV studio camera.
Oh yeah, it was like
It was.
Yeah, that was a good time. That wood bat tournament was fun. Well, I think we're going back there again this year.
It's either I've heard some people say we're going every year, and then I've had other people tell me that it's every other year. So I hope I hope we get to go back.
I know on the Misha schedule online it says it has us scheduled for the wood bat tournament.
I would love to get another chance to go back. I would.
I hope
That-
we went into the winners bracket last year, didn't we? Did we? I don't remember.
I think it was just like a bracket tournament.
Was it?
We lost our first game, so we
Yeah.
were in the loser. And then we played for consolation and
Oh,
lost.
that's what it was.
We
That's-
played East Buchanan the second game, which was that was
rough.
something.
Yeah.
That was it was rough for them.
Yeah.
I think we
That's the game we beat them.
I think we did
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah. I'd say we did all right, yeah. I think LB got in that bet in that game, so that's how
I think
that game-
everyone got in a bet in that game.
I didn't.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Well, I think everyone who didn't have an at bat. I think that was the game where everyone who had not gotten at bat got one though.
Yeah.
At least. So,
You know if LB's getting that bet.
Oh man, that was.
well, I'm still disappointed we didn't get to play New Haven this year. I think that I was.
I don't
looking
know.
forward to
I
that
feel
game.
bad. I feel bad for New Haven.
I
so It
don't.
wasn't anything.
I don't. I love when
Yeah, Jansen just a
well,
demon.
when we played at New Haven. That's the one I'm excited for. This next year we should be at New Haven. That's a short porch where maybe get a hold of one.
Maybe even I could hit a bomb there.
Maybe. We got Steelville this year.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's
baby.
still, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. At
Yeah.
Steelville,
That feels short.
like 250 to dead center. Oh yeah, we're uppercutting.
A little windy that day, it'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Well, last time we played there, it was like a hurricane going on. It was raining in the backdrop. They canceled the JV game. I was about to put one out in the JV game.
I'm sure.
Yeah. I'm sure, Jansen. I'm sure. Well, I think that
Okay, about wraps it up.
that was a good little bit of
Intro.
boredom for you guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Little yap
that's the
sesh.
little yap sesh. A lot of yapping from that guy right there, Jansen Leb. He
Hey.
likes to yap.
That's not an issue.
That's
Well,
But yeah, it's the first episode of Out of Podket.
we'll be back here next week, Thursday.
Thursday. Yep.
Yep. It'll probably not be uploaded till like Friday or
Why
next
not?
week
Who even
sometime or
knows?
something, but it'll be uploaded eventually.
Well, hopefully,
Well,
Murray State.
it's smacked.
Mizzou. Hopefully, Mizzou gets a win tonight.
Yep.
But yeah,
Let's go Tigers.
MIZ.
ZOU.